Hello, this is HR laser machine. Today I will show you how to set up HR 1060G laser machine. First, I would like to introduce the laser machine for you. In front of the machine, this is the RD6445 control panel. You will need this to control the laser machine. HR laser machine user guide below. Please read it carefully before you start use the laser. On the top of the machine, you will see elements. On the top, the first one is ammeter. It's very useful parts when you're using the laser. You will see how much amp the first element is ammeter. It's very useful when you use the laser. You will know how much ampere the laser power output. I will introduce the ammeter later on in detail. The next one to ammeter is rotary access control button. This button is used to switch y-axis to the rotary attachment. When you press down, the rotary motor was activated, and now the y-axis motor was activated. And this switch we call the back outlet switch. It controls the outlet from the machine back. It's useful when you have something connected to the back of the machine, like a air pump. This is machine back outlet, and the switch just control this on or off. The red button we call e-stop, emergency button. When you have something abnormal, please press down to stop the machine. Twist to release. And this switch controlled by key is control the laser output. You need to turn it on to have the laser output for the safe side. Then we go to the machine back. We need to open the back housing and remove the filling foam or spunk before we fire the laser. The black small pieces are the form of sponge to protect the laser tubes safe from damage in the transportation. We need to remove them. Pink liquid inside the tube is coolant. It was left in the testing of the machine. These are anti-dust bag to protect the meter away the dust. Also, we need to remove them. You need to remove them as well. This is mirror A, and this is the mirror A mount, and the gold parts we call adjustment knob. When you remove the bag, please take care and keep your hands away from adjustment knob. Otherwise, the laser parts may be impacted. Okay, now I will remove the bag for you. After that, the laser tube is ready to work. Then we close the back housing. Then we open the machine lid and look inside. This is mirror B and mirror mounts, and this is the mirror C and lens with the nozzle. This one is out of focus. This one is right of pointer. The HR1060G model utilizes linear guide both on the X and Y axis, and the linear guide need to be maintained half a month. Clean it, also lubricate with CNC oil. At the back of the machine we have a trailer connection chart, also the air pipe. For the water in, need to connect to the water trailer, water out, and laser machine, water out for the water in of water trailer. This is water out to the machine, water trailer inlet. This is water in. This is water in of machine, laser machine. to the water out of the water chiller. The chiller called outlet. Air pump is easy to connect. There's only one pipe. This is air pipe to the air pump. It's done. The chart next to is for the accessory connections. For the machine back outlet, you will be able to connect air compressor, the air pump, or the exhaust fan. But please don't connect water chiller to the machine. Normally we connect the air pump plug to the first socket. This is machine outlet, and for the ground, if you're in your site there's a lot of machine or EMI interference there, you need to ground the machine to eliminate EMI. For different countries, we have different plug type. This plug we call plug C. For customer from Europe, you will receive this plug. This is plug I. If you live in Australia, you will need this plug type. If customer live in the United States or Canada, you will need a transformer to convert the voltage from 110 or 120 to 220 and 240. This part is transformer, and the plug is for the United States called plug B. Then you need to connect plug B to your home outlet, and then use plug I to connect transformer and laser machine. Connect the plug I to here, to the socket. If you live in Europe or Australia, you will not need the transformer. The next thing I will do is connect the Folio flexible duct to the exhaust fan to exhaust polluted air during the cutting. I will remove the back door lightly. Please take care, the exhaust fan has the wine connection at the back, so when you remove the door, please be gentle. You need to install 3 screws to fix the jig. To exhaust polluted air, then you can either connect the Folio duct to window or film extractor. For water chiller power connection, please read the label at the back. For example, this is 220 voltage that you can connect to the outlet 220 to 240. If the label said 110 voltage, you need to connect to your home outlet with 110 voltage. Please don't connect water chiller to the laser machine back outlet. The other side of the power cable connect to the home outlet, that's okay. Before power on water chiller, you need to check the pipe and make sure there's no turn back or roll over like this. The pipe need go smoothly. The second thing you need to check is the water level. On the left side, there's water level indicator. You need to make sure the water level is on the green portion. That means the water level is enough and to circulate the water and cooling the laser tube. After everything is done, I will turn on the switch. After everything is done, I will turn on the switch. The green light is the green light is lighting. We'll hear the sound from compressor. That means the water chiller is working and start to cool. In most cases, we need to wait 60 to 90 seconds to have the coolant go through the entire laser tube, and need 3 to 5 minutes to have the air bubble was exhaust from the laser tube. After that, it's safe to use the laser machine. The air bubble is very dangerous for cutting in high power. It will cause the tube break down, the coolant leak from the glass. Hook up the main power switch. Then I will power on the laser by twist the stop. And now the laser machine is starting. The laser head is finds home way to the machine home, and then you'll return to the work origin. For HL 1060G, the machine home is on the right top. This green limit switch we call the access homing switch. When the laser head finds home way, it will active the homing switch. That means it find the home of the axis. It's the same story of the Y home. The laser head will active this switch by contact the mantelpiece. If the laser head can find home, it's a problem of homing switch. The next thing, I will make the pilot run and find a sample file and cut. The socket on the right side, we have three ones. The first one is for the U disc, and the middle one is USB connection, and the last one is for the Ethernet connection to your laptop. Now I will insert my U disc to the machine. In the machine panel, I will find the file I want to use. I will copy it to the controller. Before we start autofocus, we need to check the material was put on the table correctly. The material put this like this way is correct. If like this way, the material edge is outside the autofocus, that's not correct, because when you start the autofocus, the probe will get stuck into the honeycomb cell. That will cause problem, may damage the laser head, also the autofocus. So the correct way is pull the material, and the material is cover the print head, also the autofocus. So I will press the focus and confirm. Now the machine will find the laser focus automatically. And now move the laser head to the work origin and press the origin to set. For your safe, I will need to close the machine lid before start the laser. I have a highlight here. This button we call open layer switch. After you close the lid, the switch need to be triggered or active to enable laser output. Please make sure the switch was active when you turn the machine lid down. Sometimes you may hear the sound of the switch. That means the switch was active. Let's look at the ammeter. For the laser signal we see here is off. That's incorrect, because we didn't turn the laser switch. The laser was controlled by the laser switch, the open lid switch, also the water flow sensor. Water flow sensor is connected to the water chiller, so you need to turn on the water chiller before fire the laser. Now I turn on the water switch. Let's look at the ammeter. The water protection is off status. That's not incorrect, because we didn't turn on the laser switch. The water protection status is on. Right in the condition, the water chiller was turned on, the open lid switch active, also laser switch active. Now I will turn on the laser switch and see how it's going. Okay, I turn on the laser switch now, and the water protection was in the on status. That's correct now. If I open the lid, the water protection is in off status again. Why close it? It will in the on status. This is output current adjustment knob. It's useful when you have the certain power setting. This is the adjustment knob to fine-tune the output current to some extent. Okay, now I will press start to go. In the ammeter, okay, you will see the ammeter have the number of the output current, also the laser signal on, or one is the laser have output, and the laser off, that's the laser has no output. It's very useful when you using this laser. The machine linear guide, both X and Y, need to be maintained half a month or a month. It depends on how heavily you use the machine. It needs to be cleaned, remove the debris, chips attached to it, and lubricate. We normally use the kind of CNC linear guide oil to lubricate the rails. For the motorized table lifting T-screw, for this we have 4 in the machine table. We lubricate with bearing grease like this. It to be maintained on monthly basis. Rotary attachment setup steps. Please turn off the machine power and make sure there's no power on. It may hurt you. Connect a rotary attachment to the 4-pin socket. With machine power off status, we press down the switch of rotary access. That means switch the control of Y motor to the rotary motors. If you make the switch with laser machine power on, that will potentially impact the components. It will risk or damage the step motor or the step driver. So please make the switch at the machine off status. Okay, I will start the laser machine. You can see the machine was running and rotary attachment is running. You will need to activate the Y homing switch by twice or 3 times. After that, the laser head will go to the work origin and the rotary stop moving. I want to make a comment here because the rotary was instead of the Y-axis mode, so when you start the machine, the laser head just going from the X directions, and it will now move from the Y directions. You will need to activate the Y home by your hand twice or 3 times to make sure the homing process was done correctly. The way to verify the homing process was finished is the laser head going from the X home to the work origin. Like now, the laser head was in the middle and stop. Also, the rotary attachment stop moving. On the panel side, it look like this. You can it's the idle status. Then you can move to a job